trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. That's something that we used to say when we were kids and Halloween was coming around. So today I want to just talk to you guys about Halloween, and I don't know, just a totally different kind of video where I just do kind of a slideshow. I want to try out this new mic that I got. I've got this ASMR mic here, and I thought, what the heck? Let's try out a different format. So what I can remember the best growing up as a kid was just being super excited about getting dressed up in order to go trick-or-treating. Now, I was never the type to want to get dressed up for anything else, but when it comes to getting free treats, then I was all about it. And what I can remember the best was my mom made us some pumpkin costumes like these ones here. So you see, in America, a lot of the costumes that the kids wear, they're not scary or anything. They're just normally cute or whatever kind of action figure or whatever kind of cartoon that they're into, they'll often get dressed up as that. So I was a pumpkin one year, and another year I know I was a skeleton as I was older. But this is what I can remember the best. So we just stuffed newspaper in there and got to be big fat pumpkins, my sister and I. And here you can see kids trick-or-treating and going down the road with their little buckets. We normally had bigger buckets than that, and we try to actually fill up a whole big thing. And that's probably why I've got cavity issues later in life. But man, I loved candy. So let's take a look here. This is another good picture of some slightly older kids going trick-or-treating. Here they're getting a little bit more gruesome. And you do get that as time goes on, that the kids dress up more gruesome, and as you get to be an adult, things change too. You're normally not getting dressed up as something cute necessarily. You may be getting dressed up as something politically oriented or something funny or something gruesome. So in America, here you can see kids trick-or-treating, right? And what they normally do is go up to the door, ring the doorbell, and they say, trick-or-treat, and then they get treats. That's a pretty simple concept, and that's easy for the kids to do. And most of the people in America participate too. If you go ring the doorbells in a neighborhood, it's not many houses that don't participate. Now, if you compare this to Germany, people do participate, but it's of course a much smaller amount. I would say that in our little village, probably it's about 10% or maybe less that participate in giving kids treats for Halloween. But the ones who do it, they really choose some nice treats for the kids, and they often get dressed up themselves. You'll see adults come to the door and giving out the treats, and the older kids will often dress up too and give the small kids treats. It's become a nice tradition, and it's also different in that the kids don't just say Süßes oder Saures. The kids have to say something. They have to say some kind of expression like Wir sind die kleinen Geister, essen gerne Kleister. Wenn sie uns nicht geben, dann bleiben wir hier kleben. Or something like that. Yeah, so anyway, we go up and down the streets in Germany and we collect candy from the houses that we know are going to be participating. And how do we know this? You might be wondering. Well, in Germany, any house that's got pumpkins in front, especially jack-o'-lanterns that are lit so that you can see at night, or have Halloween decorations, they in general are the ones that participate in the Halloween festivities and like to see the kids dressed up and give them candy. So, what do you Germans think about this holiday that's kind of come over from America? Do you think that's something good? Is it something bad? Is it something superfluous because we already have Fasching over here in Germany? Write down in the comment section below. I wonder what all the rest of you Germans think about this holiday. And so, what I do know, by the way, about the holiday is that it doesn't come from America. Actually, it comes from Ireland. So originally, was some kind of Celtic thing that made its way over to the States with the Irish immigrants, and it just became blown up big time in the States like everything else. In America, we do everything big. So, yeah, the origins are in Ireland, but America, I think, really popularized and commercialized Halloween, and it is just a huge thing these days. You'll see on any sitcom, just about, they have got episodes each year, always about Thanksgiving and Christmas, but also Halloween. And one good example of this is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's a funny show. Maybe you can check it out on Netflix. And they have each year also a Halloween special. It's really funny to watch. And that is just, it's something that's part of pop culture in the States. Yeah, so when I first arrived in Germany in 2005, I didn't participate in Halloween at that point, but when I moved to our little village, we did start participating. We had neighbor kids, and they didn't know about Halloween yet. So we thought, let's just take the neighbor kids trick-or-treating and see if it works. So we knocked on some doors in Germany of houses that had some Halloween decorations, and most of the people were quite nice to us. Some of them didn't know what we were wanting from them. They said, let me go take a look. You want candy? Okay. And they went and got some big candy bars or whole packages of candy because they didn't have anything else. But that was quite a nice tradition. That was 13 years ago now, and it's getting to be more and more celebrated. And I'm in Bavaria. I don't know how it is in other parts of Germany. Write in the comment section down below. I know I have viewers from all over in Germany. How is Halloween by you guys? Is it celebrated or not? Is it something that people don't care for, or do the people enjoy it? I know in our case, quite a few people are kind of jumping on the bandwagon. It's becoming commercialized. You'll see pumpkins in stores, and you will see some decorations on the houses too. Yeah, so that's part of something that belongs to Halloween, of course, is carving pumpkins, and this is what I did recently. With one of our pumpkins, just made a simple design on it, and it's quite a bit of fun just to carve the pumpkin, see what kind of a light you get out of it at nighttime. It's kind of nice to walk back to the house and you have the pumpkin lit, and it's a nice decoration. Just reminds me of childhood and this time of year. Something else that you can do with the pumpkins, by the way, is you can make pumpkin pie out of the pumpkins, which is so tasty. If you've never tried pumpkin pie, I can recommend it. I'm sure there's many recipes on the internet, probably some also even in German with milliliters and with grams. Give it a shot. Tell me what you think about pumpkin pie. And you can also roast pumpkin seeds. These are good as well. I just roasted some myself, and they are tasty, I gotta say. Yeah, so that's just a short introduction to Halloween, what it was for me growing up and how I perceive it here in Germany. It's getting to be kind of a bigger thing, but I think it's never going to replace anything like Fasching. You know, Fasching is really, really big in Germany. It is a huge event in, I think it's February, where the kids can get dressed up. And so the Germans already have a holiday for Fasching. I mean, they have a holiday where the kids can get dressed up. And I don't think that there's much candy involved, but it is a time for the kids to just kind of have a little party, get dressed up, and have a good time. What else is it called? Carnival? Yeah. So anyway, is Carnival or Fasching, is that something that's actually German, or does it come from Brazil? Let me know in the comments down below. And also tell me, how are you going to celebrate Halloween? Are you going to do anything? Are you going to carve pumpkins? Are you going to invite people over for a party? One last thing that I wanted to mention, and I know that it is part of the reason why Halloween hasn't become so popular in Germany at this point, is because on October 31st is actually Reformation's Day. So that was the day that Martin Luther went and put his, 100 thesis on the door of the Catholic Church, stating a bunch of things that he thought was wrong with what they were doing, and where he split off the Lutheran Church from the Catholic Church. So this is a pretty big holiday in the Protestant parts of Germany, and most likely also a reason why Halloween has not been celebrated so much yet here, because it's kind of a somber day of remembrance of this big event. And also the day after October 31st is November 1st in Germany, which is Allerheiligen. I think that's called All Hallows Day in English. Okay, and just Halloween stuff that comes up. That's funny. Yeah, well, anyway, it's also called All Saints Day, and it's a day of remembering the saints, and it's a day of remembering as well the recently deceased. I mean, I kind of think these things mixed together are the reasons why Halloween hasn't started gaining traction until recently. Reformation Day, All Saints Day, and already having Fasching or Carnival, whatever you call it. So that's my little Halloween special. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Pfiat euch and ciao.